Good afternoon. First of all, I have two good news for you. So first, that is the last paper for today. And the second is that after all the long papers, we can probably all agree is that the climate change puts archaeological remains at risk for sure. So let's begin. For the beginning, we have a little bit more than 3,000 archaeological heritage objects listed in the Register of Cultural Property. It's about 10% of the total number of immovable cultural heritage objects, which consist of the more than 26,000 unique objects in the same list. And all the territories of the state-protected archaeological heritage objects covers around 1.5% of the whole Lithuanian territory. As you can see, the number of archaeological heritage consists of various region-specific archaeological objects. It can be easily observed that the hill forts, ancient settlements, as well as different kind of burial places are the most numerous type. In the context of today's topic, it is important to mention that in the light of climate change, Lithuanian archaeological heritage is essentially examined only in terms of a few types of stand out visually from the landscape, and those objects which are most easily recognizable and visually accessible as hill forts, burial mounds, and several others. However, most of the valuable archaeological layers are underground, and the impact of these global processes can only be theorized, and more detailed research in this area is not being conducted unless there is obvious damage. Archaeological research is recently mostly funded by the holders prior to or during construction works, development, laying communications. These research are in the most cases of small extent, and their results add a minimum value to accounting of the archaeological heritage. And scientific academic research makes only up to 10% of the whole number, so this percentage also does not reflect the real need and opportunities for the resultative scientific research. It must be acknowledged that archaeological heritage has unique characteristics that distinguish it from the other categories of heritage. Usually does not stand out from its surroundings, and it always leads to the higher risk of damage, consists of both movable and immovable objects. Context is more important than the objects themselves. It cannot be restored. If if it is destroyed, we completely lose unique information. And it does not have a direct link to the present as memorial or historical heritage. It significantly complicates the understanding of its value, and it becomes more difficult to understand and communicate about it. And usually working with and communicating archaeological heritage requires specific knowledge or even education. So let's move to the key study of today. UNESCO World Heritage Site Kernavė, archaeological site, is a key study. So this site is unique. This site with a unique collection of cultural heritage objects that represent more than 11 millennia of human settlements in the region. This site is characterized by a harmony with the natural environment and reveal how it was changed by the community during the time. There is total number of 21 immovable cultural properties, and this number, of course, is still rising every year. Over 40,000 exhibits were found in the territory, and now you can see it in the museum, at the Museum of Archaeological Site in Kernavė. In the area, we have 8 types of natural habitats approved as a part of the European Ecological Network Natura 2000. Number of immovable cultural properties is 21, as I told. And if you look closer to this number, you will notice that the most of them is archaeological sites. archaeological objects. Visually, we can identify only hill forts and several other objects which are not archaeological types and built several centuries ago. Most of the heritage we cannot even notice in the landscape because it's simply underground. In order to assess the current management situation of the site and better understand the possible impact of various factors of its OUV, a strategic method of SWOT analysis was used. This is the part of the management plan which was prepared and adopted only last year. The following areas of SWOT analysis were formed, highlighting the challenge of the climate change too. The main strengths are related to the fact that it is truly protected and well-coordinated area in terms of management. However, when it comes to climate change, some fairly pragmatic weaknesses have been identified too. One of most important is ambiguous attitude of scientific society and state institutions toward the climate change processes. This often influences decisions and priorities related to the investigation and preservation of at various levels. Naturally, this has led to several new initiatives, which you can see on your left. However, I would like to illustrate in more detail the main threats that we identified not only in SWOT analysis, but are also relevant on the daily basis even now. So one of the main threats to the preservation of the site is natural disruptive processes. They are easily influenced by changes of natural environment as temperature, precipitation, water level, and other related phenomena, such as invasive species, for example. However, we can please that the anthropogenic activities that have a negative impact are minimal. The State Cultural Reserve of Kernavė has a regulated visitor flow, and the public tourism infrastructure, Desire Path, do not contribute to the erosion. The site is also close to all economical activities, and so on. To deal with the factors of natural origin is simply difficult. Climate change is having an obvious and increasingly effect on hill forts, as changing environmental conditions are threatening their structure. Heavy rainfall and frequent freeze-thaw cycles easily cause slope erosion and landslides, resulting in the loss of archaeological layers as well as the general shape of these objects. As the climate warms, plant species, especially invasive ones, spread and their roots destabilize the soil too. Flooding and rising groundwater levels can also erode the bases of the hill forts, while increased visitor number causes further damage. These threats are all equally relevant to all archaeological sites which have steep slopes consisting of fill or natural layers. It is important to note at this point that this is not a new phenomenon, and some cases are known from written sources dating back several hundred years ago. However, their frequency and scale have clearly changed significantly over the last few decades. During the last 4 decades, 11 notable cases of damages of the slopes of 2 Kernavė hill forts have been recorded. Since 1985, maintenance of hill forts carried out and 6 projects for the elimination of the threats have been implemented. In such cases, more than one methodology is applied to the management of hill forts, but all of them are essentially temporary or just preventive, and without an implementation of fundamental solutions, the threats remain ever present. Various atmospheric factors gradually change the mechanical and physical properties of the geological layers. The change in the natural structure of the sediments poses a constant landslides in this case. The excess water leads to increased hydrodynamic pressures on the slopes, which leads to extremely rapid landslides. The later are seen as dynamic phenomena, ground vibrations, which also have a negative impact on the stability of the layers. Given the geological structure of the hill forts, atmospheric factors cause solifluction. It is also important that the cores of the hill forts, I mean natural soils, are overlain by cultural layers, which are less stable and usually go down. The fact that hill forts are most vulnerable to changing climatic conditions is evidenced by a number of other similar examples in Lithuania. However, it is important to keep in mind that the erosion of hill forts is influenced by both changes in atmospheric factors and often the natural topographical situation itself. For example, the slopes are washed away by riverbeds and other examples. One of the most typical situations requiring constant attention is alien or invasive plants. Kernavė contains low-value box elder plantings. The warming climate in Europe allows it to grow further north than would previously have been possible. Uncontrolled spread of invasive plants can have a significant impact. The preservation of the site, I mean Kernavė, is positively influenced by the regular landscaping and sanitation clearance each year now, ensuring the survival of natural and protected nature environment. In 2023, an additional 3.5 hectares of the land along the river Neris, formerly overgrown with these invasive box elder trees, was landscaped and made accessible to the public, and the area has been included in the permanently maintained areas. It is important to know that the climate change is transforming the lifestyle habits of all of us, of today's humans, the needs and priorities of the whole society. All of this has an impact on and poses a threat to archaeological heritage too. A wide range of engineering, cultural, and even social changes are causing a destruction or disturbance of cultural layers, damage to buried artifacts, vegetation-related soil disturbance, as well as visual pollution. Here you can see 4 most important viewing points in the Kernavė archaeological site, which attract the largest number of visitors. These panoramas are considered valuable on a national scale. The cultural landscape shaped by nature and human efforts over thousands of years and little affected to this day essentially ensures the integrity and authenticity of the exceptional universal value of Kernavė. These are the panorama you can see today. Welcome. In 2024, information was received that wind farms were planned to build in the neighboring municipalities. The potential objects were planned outside the buffer zone of the reserve, 5-10 kilometers away from it. Since they do not fall within any protected area or level of the site, such projects were not consulted with the administration of reserve. So, Reserve Administration has ordered a study to determine the visibility of potential visual objects. We are talking about 250 meters high wind turbines from respectable viewing points. Precise scientific calculations were carried out and visualizations were presented of the situation would look like if the wind farms were built. To spark your imagination a little bit, how the 250 meters high wind turbine look like, here you can see several examples, which Lithuanian colleagues know quite well, I believe. And what do we have? It has been established that the visual impact of potential wind turbines will be greater than average. Voila. Power plants will be visually distinct, both the body and the blades, making them impossible to ignore. It will have an even psychologically disturbing effect, which should be treated as visual pollution, reducing the aesthetic potential of the area and interfering with the perception of significant panoramas. The existing buffer zone boundaries are not enough to protect this site from the potential visual pollution caused by such tall structures, and because the visual space currently visible from respectable viewing points extends beyond the boundaries of the buffer zone. When examining 250 meters high wind turbines, the visual impact could be reduced to a low visual impact scale, of course, by moving them 30 kilometers away, either to reduce the height to 30 meters. It means nothing. The solution today depends on the goodwill of the parties involved in this process, but reconciling the interest of local government, developers, the local and heritage community is extremely difficult. Definitely, it is necessary to initiate changes to all relevant legal acts regulating the resolution of this issue. Moreover, visual monitoring and photographing of representative panoramas should become an integral part of the scientific research. But not only Kernavė, this issue affects many archaeological heritage sites that are, in one or another way, an important part of the landscape. Instead of conclusions, let's go back to opportunities. Archaeology provides a unique perspective to the interpretation of recent climate and cultural change and provides a vast array of data for the better understanding of the development and resilience to this global crisis. The advocacy of archaeologists on local, regional, national, or even global levels can play a role not only in protecting archaeological sites, but data from the destruction through climate change, but also in learning from the past for the present and for the future, of course. If we understand climate change as the whole of society problem, then the field of archaeology alone cannot provide a full understanding of climate change, of course, nor solve all its challenges. But it does have a significant contribution to make. So, archaeology is not about the past, it's about understanding the present and shaping the future. That's the goal. Thanks a lot.